So we have Devin Williams coming in to save this game. And we're going to see screaming and raving. We're doing the happy dance. I will do a happy dance for you on here. Let's get out of it. Fasten your seatbelts, everybody. Devin Williams is in. Hi, everybody. Hey, William. How are you? Okay. We got Hunter Goodman up. Let's see if Devin puts two good outings back to back. And it's a pop-up. Who's going to call for it? It's Soto, and there's one away. Low-scoring game for Colorado. It's not what it used to be here in Colorado. You used to get 18 to 17 games. Colorado took over for Wrigley Field. In the 80s, I remember Wrigley Field, there were games 8-5 in the first inning. The wind shifted. And now it's more of a pitcher's park now. Well, Colorado took over for a very long time because of the rarefied air, and now it's come back to earth a bit, although it's still a positive hitting park. But it's not quite what it was when you were having crazy games there. But I hope you're all doing well. Early start tonight because of the impending weather there. And that ball looks like it's hit pretty well, actually. But it's the large part of the ballpark, and Benj makes the catch, and we're 2 out. Hey, Joe. Yeah, and I don't think Soto looks very good, honestly. I don't know what's going on with Soto, if he's not feeling great or whatever, but he doesn't look all that comfortable up at the plate, really. And this is Troy John. This is their best hitter. He's hitting about 320. And Devin Williams, he's throwing strikes, and that's the difference. He's not falling behind. It's amazing what you can do when you don't fall behind. And there's that good cutter on the outside corner. So this would be Bible game in the beginning. Absolutely. Let's get this one in the books. Strike 2. Good pitch. Devin Williams looks like he's feeling better. I don't know if... Look, it just seems to me that the Mets are playing much more relaxed, other than Soto. As soon as Cohen made that statement to Mendoza. It's amazing how you can play when you don't have all that pressure on you. When you don't have the boss looking over your shoulder at all times. I'm going to change this screen. There we go. And that's it. And Devin Williams will be ready to go tomorrow. What did he throw? About 7 pitches? A very tidy 4-2 victory for the Mets. Yeah, they played well tonight. And I promise you guys a happy dance. So here it goes. Soto does look, Joe, like he's playing hurt. Or tired or whatever. But good win. Benj hit a home run. And look, this is what we need. We need to string some good ones. William, yes. Soto, 0 for 3. Bichette, 0 for 4. Melendez, 0 for 3. Tyrone Taylor, 0 for 1, coming in the game as a defensive replacement. Vientos is hitting 250. One of the hottest hitters on the team. Carson Benj trying to get that batting average to 200. It's 192. I have to tell you, Carson Benj has the best 192 batting average that I've seen. That catch he made last night was unbelievable. Another good catch tonight. I didn't see it. I was out. I just got home about 15 minutes ago. But Brazaban opened the game. Warren pitched well. Peterson, look, gave you 4 innings. He struck out 6. He didn't look all that bad. Kimbrel got out of that mess with a 1-out triple. And Devin Williams was outstanding. And the funny thing about that, and the important thing about that, is Devin Williams threw 8 pitches and 7 of them were strikes. That's the key. Good, solid win for the Mets. When's the last time that we said 2-0? 2 for 2. It's interesting. We'll see what the weather is for tomorrow. I'm guessing it's not going to be good unless this was just moved up for tonight's weather. Let's see. Weather forecast in Colorado for Tuesday. It's an 8:40 game tomorrow. Showers, 33 degrees at night. We'll see. But look, this is a great win for the Mets, okay? We have 2 straight. It's so important. We shut Colorado down. They embarrassed us terribly at home. Oh, that was hilarious, William. That statement was hilarious. I think, what was it, Ron Darling said, what is that? Shout out, John Sterling passed away. John Sterling, the master of acronyms, malapropisms, or whatever you call them. Gary Cohen's, yeah. Maybe Cohen thought it would change something. And it did. It did. The Mets are looking sharper. They're looking sharper. The pitching, once again, has been good. Brazaban, I have to tell you, Brazaban has pitched very well. Now, he has let inherited runners score. Okay, he hasn't of late. But, you know, looking at his stats, Brazaban, he's been good. Brazaban this season, he's 2-0. He has an ERA of about 1.09 or something, a whip that's under 90. And Brazaban has found some control in 15 innings. He has 3 walks. He's getting ahead as well. He's given up 1 home run. And he's pitching well. He also blew 2 saves, but that was, I don't really mind that because everything was going wrong for the Mets during that 12-game losing streak. 17 out of 20. You can never imagine, even if a team is not good, you can't imagine them losing 17 out of 20. You know how hard it is to lose 17 out of 20? Because you would think over a 3-week period that one team is even going to be worse than you that game, especially when you were playing teams that are supposed to be much worse than you. That just shows you how bad things are going. But look, I don't think there is any coincidence that when Mendoza was given the breath of relief by finding out that his job was safe, and I believe that Mendoza was told that way before we found that out. I would think that that message came down during the losing streak. And then because the papers and all the sports shows kept on harping the Mendoza watch, when he's going to get fired, it actually takes away from everything else. One step at a time. They broke the 10-game mark. Now, if we can get the 5 below, then you start talking, William. And then we can have a discussion about where do we go from here. But look, 2 straight, it's solid. I know you didn't beat good teams here, but the key is the Mets weren't playing good teams when they lost 12 straight and 17 out of 20. So the Mets have shown you that if they played a little league team on any given day, they are capable of losing it. This is solid. I like the pitching over the last couple of games. I like the dog eat dog mentality. I think Kimbrel did a great job today. Although honestly, I thought it was okay until he gave up the triple. Then I said, "What is he in here for?" You know, I was a fair weather fan in that eighth inning, but I have to tell you, Kimbrel is an ERA of 4 this year. He has not looked good at times, but there have been times he looks effective. And I do believe that it's because he's a left-hander. And he gets righties out, lefties hit him. But I don't if he wasn't a left-hander, I think he'd be gone already. It's hard to get left-handers. Now, I believe that AJ Minter has pitched pretty well. He's not striking guys out, but he has pitched pretty well, and I believe he went back to back. I would say Minter's probably 2 weeks away, and then Kimbrel will probably be DFA'd. Minter is outstanding. The thing about Kimbrel is you can't. What happens if Minter goes down again? So do you keep Kimbrel in the bullpen? I don't know. Bayonet, yeah. Look, I don't think the Yankees ever take the Mets lightly because the Yankees have much more to lose than the Mets. The Mets are supposed to get swept by the Yankees. Look, if the Mets don't get swept, it's a small consolation, especially with the way they've been playing. The Yankees have been outstanding. And Schlittler, is it? He looks tremendous. He looks tremendous. I had a discussion earlier today, and then we'll get into this game, who I thought was better, McLean or Schlittler, and I had to agree that the Yankee pitcher is better. It pains me. Believe me, it pains me to say that. Stuff-wise, I think McLean has a better array of stuff. Pure power and dominance, and that the two different fastballs that Schlittler has, that one goes off to the side and one rises. And up till 3 feet before they hit the plate, they both are on the same plane. Very hard to hit that. And when you're throwing 98. And there is a big difference. You know, I was talking to a scout long time ago. Long enough ago where everyone wasn't throwing 99. It was probably 20 years ago. And the scout said that any major league ball player, for the most part, now can hit a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. A 99-mile-an-hour fastball with run is hard to hit. Or if you make contact, you're not going to barrel up. And the key is being able to put it where you want to put it, which I can understand. There also, and I'll tell you exactly, Simeon is slider bat speed now. Simeon can't catch up with the fastball anymore. You know how I know? Because Simeon, who was a dead pull hitter, doesn't pull the ball anymore. He'll hit to left center. When Simeon was hitting all those home runs, 65% of them were pulled from the foul pole to 30 feet out, which means he's not getting around on the fastball anymore to pull it. There have been at least 2 or 3 balls that if Simeon would have pulled them, they would have been home runs this year, which would have given him 5, on pace for about 25 home runs. I think that when the weather warms up, I think Simeon will get hot, and I think Simeon will 15 home runs, 16 home runs. I do. But I do think that this is a big win for the Mets. This is a big win Because when everyone's talking about you and everyone thinks that you've underperformed and everybody's waiting for the manager to get fired and everybody's waiting for Soto to opt out and everyone's waiting for Lindor to start a war in the clubhouse and everybody's waiting to hear about Lindor's wife and Mamdani and Cohen, and it takes away from enjoying the baseball game. And when you can just concentrate on the game and see the good things that are happening, instead of McNeil fighting with Lindor like a couple of times over a 4-year period, we can talk about Kimbrel really manning up at 37 or 38 years of age and finding ways, hey, Lee, finding ways to get out of jams now with diminished stuff. Because, arguably, Kimbrel's probably 60% of the pitcher he was at one time. Kimbrel was, for a 5-year period with the Braves, he was unbelievable. Kimbrel was throwing 98, 99 on the black and then that amazing off-speed pitch. Now it's 94. Big difference. You wouldn't think that 5 miles per hour from 94 to 98 or 9 is a big difference. Well, look at the pitchers. Here's a perfect example. Look at Manaea. Manaea's lost 4 miles off his fastball. He gets pounded. If Manaea was throwing 95, thank you, William. If Manaea was throwing 95, you can't sit on the fastball. I know it sounds weird because you should be sitting on a hard fastball. No, because you have some batters adjust for the breaking pitches. That when your bread and butter is the breaking pitch, there are many pitchers that throw 98, but if you look at their whiff rate, they get many of their strikeouts off the off-speed stuff. They actually pitch backwards. That's what Devin Williams does. He shows you his fastball, and he throws 95, Devin Williams, 96, but it's a show-me pitch. His out is the bender. Another guy who used to do that was David Cohn, who threw 96, 97. But his slider, the tight slider, which is same arm angle coming in at 91, was just so biting, and it ran. Baseball, Joe, is a daily grind. It's a grind that fans go through as much as the players on a different level. Look, I had to go out today, and I ran home here to do this because I wanted to be on within a half hour of when the game ended. What good is it coming on here at 10 o'clock when all your emotions have evaporated and it's sunk in that they won or lost and you've made peace with it over a 2-hour period? No, I want to get on here when it's still raw, when you're still mad, when you're still glad. That's the key of doing a post game. Post game means after the game, not 4 hours after the game. Post game. And I try to get here for you guys because I want to also, I wouldn't have been screaming like I did last week 3 hours after the game. I was really mad right after the game. And I want to show you real emotion because that's what we're all doing here. It's supposed to be a therapy session, good or bad. Okay? Because look, you go to a therapist, and I'm a life and health coach. You go to a therapist, you're not only talking about misery. You're talking about the date you went on that was great and you're going to see her again. How work went well and you're up for a promotion. Everyone's life isn't all bad all the time. It's how you navigate through the bad moments, how you don't get too high when the Mets win a game, because you know that getting too high, winning 2 straight, can become losing 6 out of 7 within a week. See, in football, a 3-game losing streak, you have a month. In baseball, the season could change in 6 days. Right now, if the Mets lose 6 in a row and the Braves win 6 in a row, the Mets are 18 games out of first place. Think about it. That can't happen in football. You can't be 6 games off the lead after 2 weeks. Your fortunes can change like that in baseball. Conversely, if the Mets win 8 out of 10 and the Braves lose 8 out of 10, Mets are 4 games out, or maybe 6 because anybody ahead of them may have won as well. Ray, how are you? I'm glad you're safe, man. It was a good game. It was a good game. How was the weather there? I'm guessing cool. Yeah, Lee. It could change in a flash. Let me guarantee you something. And I'm in no position to make guarantees to you. But I guarantee you this. If the Mets go on to win 15 of the next 18 games, and if they did that, they'd probably be 4 out. And they'd be right around the 2-game mark, probably at the wild card, maybe tied for it. Do you know we would not be talking about the 12-game losing streak? We'd be talking about 15 out of 17. That would be yesterday's news if the Mets were 3 games out of the wild card. Because it's what have you done for me lately? Oh, did it really, Ray? Well, I'm glad you're okay. Hopefully you enjoyed. Snow tomorrow. That's crazy. I remember more than 20 years ago where the Mets was snowed out of Colorado opening day. But fortunes can change very quickly. And eventually they'll see you coming again. But don't think for a second that when Ohtani didn't start for the Dodgers, and that was his rest day where he started pitching, wasn't in the lineup, that was aimed at the Mets. You think if Philly was in there, he wasn't in the lineup? No. They knew they could rest him. That was the spot. They don't see you coming. No one takes the Mets seriously right now until they've won 10 out of 13. Then it's the Mets have turned it around a bit. That would only be a bit, 10 out of 13. Then you start hearing the Mets, winners of 23 out of their last 31. Then you take note. Because if you're winning 20 out of 30, your bats probably have livened up because you didn't pitch to a 2 ERA over 30 games. Okay, let's hear it.
But also a little bit of that, even when he was.
So a little bit of that.
I never sense any type of panicking or. He handled it pretty well. And again, he continues to show us a lot of good signs on and off the field. But he's a really good player.
In a different ballpark, it could have been another 2-homer day for Vientos today. Hit 4 balls hard. What do you see from him? Not just the last couple of days, but really the last week or so.
Locked in. When he's staying on the middle of the field, not pulling off, like just right center, he can pull the ball with ease. But today, the first couple of at-bats,
Vientos has a quick bat.
The way the wind was blowing, those are two easy homers here. But then the 2-out single, just not trying to do too much, staying up the middle. He's able to get the line drive there. And then we saw it against the lefty. Breaking ball, again, he's not trying to do too much. He's staying short to the baseball, going the other way. Full quality at-bats. And I said it yesterday, when he's right, he can carry a team.
Especially with Soto hitting leadoff, what does it mean to have production from that bottom half of the lineup going in?
Yeah, I mean, the whole reason is, okay, Soto's leading off now, right? He's going to get on base a lot. Guys behind him are going to have to step up. And having Vientos like that, both going to get going here pretty soon. And having guys like Vientos is going to make a big difference here.
I'm sorry, I meant the bottom 3 of the lineup.
Oh, bottom 3, sorry.
You see the smile? That's why he's around, Mendoza.
Every time we can turn the lineup over, and get Bo, get Soto, those guys, and give them opportunity, we're going to be in a good place. I've been saying this for a long time. Guys at the bottom, whether it's the Benjis of the world, now Louis, Albie, whoever's hitting down there.
He looks a lot more relaxed to me. He looks a lot more relaxed to me, Mendoza. And also, when you've won a couple of games, you get to take your pedal off the metal of putting your defense up. But he looks more relaxed. I think the team looks more relaxed. Evidently, Vientos is feeling good about himself. He's had a good couple of days. And look, this is why when you see Vientos hit 2 balls that would have been home runs here in July, I believe the Mets don't give up on Vientos. I think we see it. Just when you're ready to say, release him, he hits the ball 107 miles an hour. And he's one of his outs, 50% of his outs are hit harder than most of the balls hit by the team. He hits the ball very hard. So does Luis Robert. But look, I think the positives you take from today, which you could take from every day over the last 5 days, Carson Benj is starting to look more and more like the guy we've heard about for the last 2 years. And it's interesting to say because you watch him play, you can't believe he's not even hitting 200. But his defense certainly is a good reason to keep him in the lineup. I don't know what happens yesterday if he doesn't make that catch. You have runners to second and third. A lot different, especially with a team that has been struggling for every single win for the last 5 weeks. And Benj seems to shine continually. I'm going to see if I can get but the catch was brilliant. Now, I didn't see, someone said that he made a great catch.
Polk with 2 to this play, and there are 2 men down in the 9th. I'm not going to say it was Polk.
This is an incredible catch.
I'm going to take your word for it. That was an amazing play. Wow, what a great jump he got, and wow, how he closed.
He couldn't even believe it.
Listen, Polk's one down the right field line, and Benj dives and makes a fantastic catch.
What a catch. Today also, I didn't see that one. Maybe they'll show it on the post. But listen, he's a tremendous fielder, and he's got a really good arm. I certainly expect him to be in a Gold Glove conversation within the next couple of years. And I'm not, look, I spit on the Mets too. You hear me. I'm pretty fair with my assessment. He has great speed, and he's not even supposed to be the better athlete of the two with Ewing. Ewing is supposed to be the better athlete, the much more natural center fielder. And if you look at Benj and you look at Ewing, 2/3 of your starting outfield looks pretty promising all of a sudden. You have a tremendous athlete, and you need athletic players in the outfield. The Mets haven't had athletic players in the outfield in quite a while. Soto's not athletic at all. And Carson Benj won't be 24 until January. So you have a young outfielder. I'd like to get the See if I can get it. But the Mets need some athleticism. And they certainly have a young man with Benj. A.J. Ewing, their number 3 prospect, was promoted. And he's terrific. I was looking to see how old he was. He's probably around the same age. Let's see if I find it here. A.J. Ewing is 21. He'll be 22 in August. So you have a young 23-year-old, only 100 days in, and Ewing, who is 21. And that's probably why he's still down there. So that's going to be 2/3 of your outfield. And the other outfielder is 27, Soto. That's a pretty young outfield. Gio, I think that the Mets just want their best hitter to get as many at-bats as he can. And I think they also feel that Soto, who has a tremendous walk rate, he walks probably 20% of the time, or close to it. They feel that he'll be on a lot. Now, you're also taking a bit of a chance because he has that pulled quad. Now, he looks healthy, but to me, I don't think those quads fully heal for 4 to 6 months. And leading him off, you're putting a lot of pressure on him going first to third, possibly stealing a base. Well, a few years ago, they started putting their best hitter second to get the at-bats. Judge was one of them. We won, Wolves. How are you, man? So, yes, Soto, look, it's because of his on-base percentage, which is always 420. I think that's an experiment right now. I think eventually Carson Benj is your leadoff hitter. I don't think they want to put that pressure on him right now when he's only hitting 195. I wouldn't be surprised to see Benj leading off in July. And A.J. Ewing. So you're going to have 2 Gold Glove caliber outfielders in center and right. I agree, Wolves. I was just saying that before you came in. Usually an injury like that is not totally healed for about 4 to 6 months. So there's a little more pressure on him to go first to third now, assuming that the Met batting second gets a hit. But I think Benj eventually will be the leadoff hitter. I agree with you, though. It's not a bad idea. But I think that, we have a year now. I want to see another 20 games. I want to see 20. After today, I want to see 12-8. If I see 12-8, I'll start thinking, you know what? We're at the 60-game mark. We're almost 500 or we're 500. Let's go to war with this team and see what we get. By then, you'll be talking about Lindor. He'll be in the conversation of coming back. Lindor's probably another 4 to 5 weeks out. And, then if you're healthy, maybe you promote Ewing. Bench has his average up a bit. And some guys start healing. Polanco gets back in the lineup. Simeon, the weather gets warm. He's a veteran. Maybe he starts hitting. And we'll see what happens. But for now, all we have to know is that we've won 2 straight. And I don't care who it's against because we couldn't beat anybody last week. And for one day, we shut up the Colorado fans. Now, Brazoban is the opener. Look, did Peterson pitch great? No. Realize that Peterson still, if you look at the game, he still gave up, 2 runs in 4 innings, 6 strikeouts. The key to Peterson today, and he finally wins. He's 1-4. He didn't walk anybody. That's it with Peterson. Peterson is tantalizing. Peterson, as a lefty, a 30-year-old lefty, and there are a lot of lefties. For the most part, a lefty will figure it out a little later than a righty. That's just the way it was. Look at Randy Johnson. Was walking the ballpark until he hit 30. Steve Carlton, early on in his career. That's the magic number when you hit 30 as a lefty. For some reason, the light bulb goes on and you figure it out. And I think for Peterson, I think that's what the Mets, you have to remember, guys like Kimbrel and Peterson, they're lefties. Lefties are good, serviceable lefties are very hard to come by. And, you have a guy that as recently as last year was an all-star pitcher in Peterson. Guy had a 2.8 ERA. And, I thought he ran out of gas. He hadn't pitched that many innings up until last year, and I thought he just got tired. He hit a wall. He's also coming off that operation. What do you have, a hip operation? You rehab very hard to get that back. Yeah, maybe he was tired. Oh, did he really, William? See, I didn't see it. But did Benj make a great catch today? Because that'll be 2 days running for him. I was impressed by Kimbrel. I was in the car listening to it. Kimbrel, look, he's an established veteran. And I believe that they feel that a guy like Kimbrel in the bullpen can calm young guys down because he's been there. He's been an all-star, been the best reliever in the league at one point. So I think that just having him around on the pitching staff is a big deal. I think that I do believe that when you can come over to him, ask him a question, he's possibly approachable. I would think he's approachable. Just looking at his I know he was lights out for the Braves. He was outstanding. I remember when Kimbrel had short hair, no beard. He came after, he looked like a kid. He always had a little bit of a goatee. I remember that. But look, there's no questioning. He was one of the best relievers of our era, certainly. He has a lifetime ERA of 2.6 at 38 years of age, and that's over a very long career. He started in 2010. He's been around 16 years. In his great years, if you listen to these stats, just incredible. In 2010, he was in 21 games. He had a 0.44 ERA. He walked. He was a walk machine. 20 innings, he walked 16 guys. He struck out 40. The next year, he became the closer. 2.5 WAR as a closer. 2.1 ERA, 4-3. In 77 innings, 127 strikeouts, 32 walks. So he was still walking for a game, but he was figuring it out. And he wasn't really giving up a lot of home runs. 2012, he has a 1.01 ERA, 42 saves. In 62 innings, he had 116 strikeouts. The only pitcher I know that has done that is Diaz. Again, hardly giving up any home runs. The next year, 1.21 ERA, 50 saves. Strikeouts went down. So after the 2012 season, he's still striking out 1.5 an inning, but his strikeouts went down to 98 in 67 innings. The next year, 1.61 ERA, 61 innings, 95 strikeouts. And he had solved the walk rate where it was about 3 per 9 innings at that point. Had a bit of an off year with Boston. He did go to San Diego, had a good year. Boston's a tough place to pitch, especially because of the Green Monster. You're a lefty. But he was still, his strikeout rate went up in 17 when he had the big year, 1.43 ERA. And he saved 42. His 162 game average. So if he averaged all his years as a closer, 17 years, he averages a 2.60 ERA, 35 saves. He averages 66 innings pitched and 102 strikeouts. His ERA plus is 1.58. Incredible. Just, this is a Hall of Fame reliever. To me. I don't know many pitchers that were as dominant as Craig Kimbrell. Yeah, I want to see if I can see that catch. But, Kimbrell, incredibly dominant. When you have a reliever, like look at Diaz in like 65 innings, striking out 115 guys. That's incredible. He has the Carson Bench catch.
Colorado, and that's when this happened right here. Carson Bench unloads. That was a bomb.
Oh, that was the home run. 436 feet he hit the ball. Well, that's this ballpark.
I'm not hitting anywhere. It's always fun to swing.
He's not going to hit a 436 home run anywhere else. But look, just he's really starting to. I think he believes now that he's a major league ball player. And that's what happens with young players. Young players, they believe that they belong there. And I think that's what's happening with Carson Bench. The catches. And it's no coincidence that once he starts making great plays in the field, all of a sudden his bat's coming alive. You wonder, what is the correlation? Because he's been good in the field the whole year. Had a tough stretch for a couple of games. But is it coincidental that both games are merging now? No. I think Bench will get up to 250 this year. I think he's that good a hitter. He hasn't struck out as much as you would think for a 195 hitter. He puts the bat on the ball. He's probably struck out. He's probably on pace for 100 and right now 150 strikeouts, which is a lot for a guy that's not a power hitter. But that is right now. Over the next 5 months, I think he would be on pace for about 110 or 115 strikeouts. You got to remember, he was a rookie, and he still is. He's facing major league pitching every day. And when you're not doing well, you can see it was affecting him in the field because you see the difference of him now and the indecisiveness in week 1 or 2 of the season. Tremendous difference. I saw a lot of indecisiveness in right field, and now I see total confidence. The arm plays well. And He has 10 hits in his last 11 games. He's hitting 300 over his last 10 or 11 games. He's got about 2 homers and 6 RBIs, hitting from all the way down the lineup. I would think after another couple of weeks, they'll move him up. I think he would be a solid number 2 hitter when you get Lindor back. I'd rather see Soto in the 3rd spot because he's a left-hand hitter. I know it's 2 lefties back-to-back, but, Lindor on first, you'll have a lot of first to thirds because Benj is a lefty. And you're giving Benj the opportunity. I don't know if you'd want to try to steal second base with Soto up, but he has that kind of speed where Soto should be up. The pitching probables are Peralta versus Michael Lorenzen, who owned the Mets. He looked like Sandy Koufax when he pitched against the Mets. I'm still waiting for Peralta. Now, his lifetime at Coors Field, he has a 1.59 ERA. He loves pitching here. And Lorenzen versus lefties this year is the worst in the Major League Baseball. And Soto versus righties is hitting 378. So, look, the matchup, if they play tomorrow, big Met advantage. Peralta loves pitching in Colorado. And, maybe Soto shakes the cobwebs and gives you a game. My prediction, I think Soto hits home run tomorrow. It's been a while. I think he's due. But look, this is a great win for the Mets. This is a great win. No doubt about it. That second one is very hard to get after you break a losing streak and you win one. Especially coming into Coors Field, which a team that is certainly improved off last year. Well, how could you not? And they just owned you at home with their pitching staff. You scored enough. It was all in one inning today. I don't like that. But look, they weren't scoring in any innings 2 weeks ago. So first it's one inning, and then hopefully it'll be 2 innings, and then you'll start scoring 3 or 4 times during the game. But it's a great win. It's an exciting win for me because this is the game that when they lose, you see nothing's changed. You go into a place that's hard to play in. If you look at the overall stats of teams that go into Colorado in the rarefied air, when Colorado's been home and they don't have to adjust, those teams don't do very well. It's like in the NBA, 3 games in 5 nights for the NBA team. The 3rd game, they usually don't look too well. And after a long road trip, the last game before you're going home, they're just looking to get home. That happens going into Colorado. If you're not adjusted to that air, that's why Denver has such an advantage, although teams get in there 3 or 4 days before. But when you just get there with no days off, and then you have to play when Colorado has been home, big difference. So the Mets got past the bugaboo today. They certainly did. They had every excuse to lose today, and they didn't. They came in, found a way to get it done. And isn't that more important, really? Finding a way to get it done when you're struggling. Soto turning on a 3-1 fastball to hit a grand slam. You could luck out and win that game 4-3 because of that grand slam with one of the best players in baseball. When you're grinding it out, I think the fielding has been much better. Bichette has impressed me at third base. I know they had to move him to short. Benj has been lights out in the outfield. Soto. Simeon's been solid at second. Simeon hasn't been the great defensive whiz that I thought he was. His range, spectacular plays that he used to make now trickle under the wrist glove. He gets to it. He doesn't make the play, though. That's the age. That's age. But look, the metrics say he's an even defensive player. I'll take even. The problem is when you take even when you're hitting 230, 220, if he was hitting 290 and you expected him to be great defensively, you could take it. But he's not hitting enough for you to overlook the defense, which you thought was going to be, top notch. But like I said, he's a veteran, hasn't got it started yet. The weather hasn't been warm yet. A lot of these older players, when the weather gets warm, they get into their groove. It takes them a little time to get going. And I'm hoping that's the deal with Semien. I'm hoping that, he'll have a month where he'll hit 290 with 5-6 home runs, 20 RBIs. Someone asked me, and I had a couple of emails actually. Let me get to them because thank you so much for enjoying this channel. Hey Vin, Brooklyn guy. How did you get the Brooklyn guy name? Love your channel. If you had to give stats for the team this year at the end of the year individually, what do you think? Would you be able to do that? Love your I sent you a Cash App, but I didn't see that. Thank you so much. I don't think I got notified, but thank you. Larry D. Larry D. Yeah, I can do that for you, sure. And thank you for the Cash App. I really appreciate it. Let me actually go to my Cash Apps. It's very nice of you. I might have had the phone on silent. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. Oh my God, that's very generous. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. That's so nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now I have to give them to you with that. Yeah, Lindor. Well, Lindor is going to play 105 games now. Ray, I'm from Bensonhurst. Let's see, Lindor. So he's going to play 2/3 of a season. Okay. Let's say 19 home runs. 60 RBIs, 267 batting average. You could write this down. Soto. Let's say 33 home runs, 97 RBIs, 285. Bichette. Let's say 18 home runs, 90 RBIs, 282. Semien. Let's say 14 homers, 54 RBIs, 251. Oh, really, William? Wow. I'll tell you a story about Methodist Hospital. Alvarez. Let's say 22 homers, 65 RBIs, 259. Benj. Let's say 14 homers, 58 RBIs, 262. Robert. Let's say 11 homers, 40 RBIs, 241. Who did I forget? Vientos. Let's say 23 homers, 65 RBIs, 241. As for the pitchers, Peralta, 3.29 ERA, McLean, 2.94, Holmes, 3.37, Devin Williams, 29 saves, 3.5, something like that. Methodist Hospital. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Lutheran Hospital was the one in Park Slope, wasn't it? In Sunset Park or something. I was watching a baseball game. and I ran around the gate in my friend's house, and it punctured the latch, punctured my side, almost went through my kidney. But Park Slope is nice. That's where they filmed Dog Day Afternoon. So good game for the Mets. Now, what I want to see tomorrow, hopefully no sleds with the weather forecast. I want to see Freddie Peralta give us 7 innings tomorrow. Let Freddie give me 7 innings, 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, 100 pitches. Am I asking too much? You would think so. I'm going to write that down now. Let's see how off I am. I'm going to say 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. That's what I think. I think he'll continue to pitch very well in Colorado. If they, in fact, play, hopefully they'll play, even though the weather forecast isn't too promising. Let's see. It's supposed to rain at 9 o'clock there tonight. And tomorrow, 44 degrees, 88% chance. I think it might get rained out tomorrow or snowed out. They'll try to play those games, but I never understood why there wasn't a dome in Colorado. Of any place you would think that there should be a dome for a baseball team, it's Arizona because it gets to be 400 degrees there, and retractable roof. Colorado should have a retractable. Five-inning Freddie. This lineup against lefties isn't any good, Colorado. They can't hit lefties. And it's been a couple of years. That's why Peralta probably is good against them. They always had great lefties. From Larry Walker, remember? They had Vinny Castillo was a good right-hand hitter. Larry Walker, Andres Galarraga. They always had big lefty hitters, Colorado. Remember the cat, Galarraga? Wednesday's game was 3:10. Okay. So we'll see. Hopefully we get the game in tomorrow. Now, I want you guys to do something. You know, I put these music shorts up at night. I usually do 5 songs. I want you each to give me a song, and I'm going to shout you out tonight. So you can tell all your friends, I'm getting shout out by this idiot Brooklyn guy. Each of you give me a song. So, yeah, look, I think things are looking up. Vientos starting to play well. And here's another, Mendoza gets the vote of confidence, and all of a sudden, Vientos starts heating up. Any song that won't get me thrown off. Yeah, maybe there was a method behind Stern's madness. Could be. It does seem like they're playing with a little less urgency. And I know this sounds odd because you should have urgency when you're off to the start they are. Joe Jackson. I love Joe Jackson. Jackson's great. Into the Night by Joe Jackson. You got it. Or was that Benny Mondonis? Into the Night, Benny Mondonis. Okay. Ray. Into the Night. Any Beatles song you'd like? Dana. There's one we have. That's a great song, Into the Night. I was trying to think of a theme song for the Mets. Hey, Pete. Johnny Maestro. Absolutely. Great song. I know his nephew. Yeah, Johnny Maestro on the Brooklyn Bridge. I know his nephew very well. Ronnie. Okay, so we have two. I love it, William. Great song. Ah, you guys, look at you guys coming up with good stuff. Give me your prediction. We played 35 games, correct? And the Mets are 12 and 23. Is that what they are? Give me realistically, after 60 games, where you'd want them to be. And I'm going to check after the 60-game mark, and we're going to see where you guys are. So that's 25 games. Oh, I don't know if you're going to get 5 above. Yeah, it's hard to. I would take 28 and 32. 4 under. Which means you have to go 16 and 9. Think about it. You have to go 16 and 9 to be 4 games under at the 60-game mark. I think they can go 16 and 9. So do you have 2 more songs for me? And I think it all depends if some of these pitchers start pitching the way they're capable of. William, yeah, if they go 16 and 9, they'll be 28 and 32. If they're 28 and 32 through 60, I'd sign for that right now. Because then, with 102 games left, you have a shot of winning 86, 87. I'll tell you what, if the Mets ever won 87 games this year, it's a brilliant job by Mendoza. I know that they struggled, and it's funny to say, but it's a brilliant job that this team didn't totally quit on you and you go 12 games over. Really is. And it can happen. It can happen. Do I think it will? like I said for the last few posts here, you got it, Joe. Scooble's why? What happened with Scooble? You know how much that just cost him in free agency? Because he's probably going to. I have a feeling. Is that the arm? Well, that's why he hasn't been lights out this year. Because he hasn't really been dominating. He's been good, but he hasn't been dominating. Will go under orthoscopic surgery, loose bodies from his left elbow. 2 to 3 month recovery usually. Oh, that hurts him. That hurts him because you really can't trade him now. Oh, sure. Hold on. How are you, Seth? Seth, I need you to do something for me. Be right there. I'm glad you're feeling better. I wanted you to make me a thumbnail, if you could. I know you're great at that. Let me give you the link. There you go, my friend. Oh, okay, Pete. We have our Met friend coming on, who is my hero because he knows how to make good thumbnails. I'm the worst. Here he is. I hope you're feeling better. How are you, buddy? How you feeling?
Fine. So what's the thumbnail you need me to
You
create?
feeling better?
Yeah. So what's the
Good.
thumbnail you need me to create?
Something that says Brooklyn guy, something flashy, like hang out with the Brooklyn guy or colorful. I don't know. I could send you a picture of myself if you want to put that on there. If you didn't,
Sure.
My email is love the hits. I'll give you my phone number, and yeah, if you could do that, I'd love it.
It's a Gmail account, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
All
love
right.
the hits at gmail.com. This will give you my number, and yeah, I really appreciate that.
I'll send you my account. I'll send you my link
Okay,
in my
great.
Gmail account. And
What'd you think of today?
It was fine. I mean, it's just that having the game as rushed as it was. I mean, in all honesty, I expect this to be the only game played when you consider weather threats tomorrow and Wednesday. More so with Wednesday than tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, if it's a light drizzle tomorrow that's a mist, they might play tomorrow night. But Wednesday, hell no, I don't expect them to play.
Does that weather scare you with pitchers? Like you have Peralta pitching or in that bad weather, and that always scared me ever since you were too young. But Tim Leary, the Met great prospect, he played in 35-degree weather in Chicago and blew his arm out and never was the same, and they blamed it on the weather.
Yeah. Something's up with Mitch.
Who?
I'm watching the Sixer Nick game.
Oh.
Mitch is gimpy a little. Oh, he and Maxey bumped legs. That had to hurt. And crashed.
Ooh, that hurts. Now, did the Mets have an off day Thursday?
Yeah, the only problem is that's also a
Doubleheader?
travel day. The problem with that is that for them in Colorado, Thursday is a travel day because the Mets head to Arizona.
Oh, and that's a long. 3 hours. Maybe they could play a doubleheader. What's doing, Pete? Loose bodies in the elbow. Yeah. The Detroit star is now out for about 3 months.
Scooble?
Yep. Elbow.
Fuck.
Loose bodies. That cost him a fortune in free agency. Unless, you know what? Now, this is
Wasn't
the
it the
reason
same
why
shit
Minaya didn't go. It takes you 3 months as a pitcher to come back, and that's probably why Minaya didn't want it.
And that's also why Minaya kept screwing up when he was a starter last year.
Yep.
Because
I'm
he was
sure
too
he'll have that
stubborn to get
surgery.
the surgery.
Yeah. Loose bodies. Like, you can't pitch like that.
I mean, I hate it when pitchers with loose bodies, instead of manning up, swallowing their pride, and getting the surgery, double down and try to pitch through it. You can't do that.
Listen, I think it's very nice you want to pitch through it, but you can't. You see what happens.
You end up fucking your own arm up.
I made a bet tonight.
Well, it's the same thing with Frankie Montas, that ultimately he ended up getting UCL damage and then the Mets cut him.
Yeah, Montas is just like, I don't get it.
I sent you my email address in the studio chat.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Hang out with the Brooklyn guy. Let me check my email. Let's see if you sent me a photo.
Oh, I didn't yet.
No.
I could. Let me see. Oh, I don't see your
It's in private chat. In the stream
Oh,
yard.
I have it. Okay. I like that email.
If one thing is certain with the Mets, this road trip is doing a bit of a reemergence for Vientos that he had in 24.
Yeah.
Where he actually got to prove how much of a quality player he was. The problem is he's on the wrong corner.
I know. I tell you, boy, if he can get going, boy, would that help them.
Still want to strangle Stearns for wanting to destroy this team and just turning Mendoza into a puppet.
Okay, I sent it to you. See if you got it.
Refresh.
Yeah, I don't want a doubleheader either. Cold scares me with pitchers. But no, I agree, Seth. I think if Vientos can play well and at least hit, just when you're ready to give up on him, he has a 3-game stretch like this.
Where would it be in my Gmail account? Socials, updates. Checking my. Oh, here it is. Found it. Okay.
Yeah, Pete, his defense is, and I don't think he's ever going to be a serviceable first baseman. I just don't think he has the hands, the feet. He's very slow. His footwork is terrible. I'll put my phone number in that chat. This way you can send that right to my phone. It's easier for me if you can do that. So you're feeling better, huh?
Yeah,
Were you really sick?
It was a stomach bug.
Oh, that's the worst. That is the absolute worst. But what do you think of Soto? Soto's really slowed down. He doesn't look healthy. He looks inspired. He just doesn't look healthy.
Probably.
Now, what do you think of Benj?
Well, he's starting to come up around a bit.
Fielding is great, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He's a tremendous fielder. He's such a positive, and I can't wait to see him and Ewing in the outfield. Center and right, you're going to have a lot of speed there, and Ewing will really be able to cut off a lot of balls that Soto doesn't have to get to from left. So the defense will be great. You'll see Soto very serviceable in left. He's not going to have to get to anything. Ewing will get to everything. If it's hit to him, he'll catch it. A young outfield, 23 and 21 years of age. Yeah, Pete, you're right. He's a fastball hitter, dead red, but he can hit the ball 450. But I agree with you. And the problem with Vientos is once he starts hitting a couple of home runs, he starts swinging out of his shoes. Alvarez suffers from that. Alvarez hits a home run, and that's it. You lost him for 2 weeks. He starts swinging for the fences.
It's been close to a month since his last homer.
Yeah, I wonder if Alvarez is ever going to be what we thought.
Yeah, how do I send the thumbnail?
You can send it to my phone, right? Text it?
Oh, right. Hold on.
Okay. So we've been through 35 games, almost through a quarter of the season. Okay, it's been a disaster. And I try to look at things that I can conceptualize of why we're here and how we can get better. Okay, Freddie Peralta, I don't think has been all that good this year. And he still has an ERA under 4. And he's still striking out more than 1 per inning, which that's his MO. And his control has been okay. I look at McLean, who is still learning. He's a 5-inning pitcher as well, but he's learning. He's a young guy. Yeah, John
last
Sterling.
year, the only reason he did as well is because nobody knew what to make of him.
Yeah, John Sterling. That's a loss. It annoyed me. I hate the Yankees.
But you did respect what he could do.
Absolutely. Hey, Seth, back in the late 80s, I used to watch TBS, and he was the Atlanta Brave announcer with Skip Carey, Harry Carey from the Cubs' son. And they used to call the Atlanta Brave games on TBS.
I remember Skip, and when I first moved down here, when I could get Cubs games, the games called by Harry's grandson, Chip.
Yeah. Oh, Chip Cat. Is it Chip?
Yeah, it's Chip Carey.
WGN? Is that the station?
Was.
Yeah.
But yes. I wonder who's going to be the next to croak. Maybe old Hawk.
Who's that? Dawson?
Yeah, Kent Harrelson.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be a bit over the top with the home run call.
Oh, absolutely.
Way back. You can put it on the ball. Yes. Yes.
John, the best of John Sterling.
It is high. It's far. It is gone.
Yeah. He had just so many.
So many Sterlingisms.
Absolutely. And they were fun. But let's see. Let me play a couple for you. Let's see here. In honor of John Sterling.
I'm just going to send you a
It
text.
is high. It is far. It is gone. I don't do it any justice, but as the Yankees.
Okay, let's get to it.
Here's Bernie. It'll be a 3-2. Swung on and hit high in the air to deep right. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Bernie goes boom. He drills a home run the short way in the right field seats. Burn, baby, burn. And the Yankees tie the ball game at 1. We're tied at 1, and this place is going nuts. 2 away. The Yankees down to their last out. And here's Tino. 1 on, 2 out. Pitch is swung on and drilled. The deep right center. It is high. It is far. It is gone. The Bam Tino with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. He drills a game-tying 2-run home run. Oh, the Bam Tino delivers big time. And the Yankees on the precipice of defeat tie the game at 3. Posada is the base runner, so Brocious, of course, the tying run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Now Kim, 1-0. Swung on and hit in the air to deep left. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. I don't believe it. Once again, deja vu. A 2-out, game-tying 2-run home run by Scott Brocious. Probably the most unbelievable feat in World Series history. The pitch swung on, hit in the air to deep center. The air back, away back in deep center. It is gone. Gonzilla. A thriller by Godzilla. Hideki Matsui, the Sayonara Kid, just lost one over the center field fence. Mattingly swings and he hits a drive to deep right center. It is
Wow.
high. It is far. It is gone.
What was your email address again, Vinny?
What?
What was your email address again?
I'll love the hits at gmail.com.
Capital L?
The pitch swung
No.
on, hit high in the air, deep down the left field line. It is going to be gone. He's done it. A long high drive down the left field line, just fair for a 3-run home run. Alex Rodriguez has made Major League Baseball history, the youngest player ever to hit 500 home runs.
Jeez.
An A-bomb from A-Rod. That is
Just sent it now.
and driven a deep right.
Thank you.
It is
Look at
high.
that
It is far. It is
Looks like a golf
gone.
course.
He's done it again. Raul Ibanez has put on one of the great playoff displays of hitting. He drills one in the right field seats to win the game. Raul, so cool. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
Do you have the David Wells perfect game call on
Swung on
there?
and drilled to deep right. It is high. It is far. It is gone. It ties the game. Didi Gregorius hits a 3-run
Well, this
home
is
run
great.
in the right
Thank you
field
so much.
seat. Yes,
Do you have the
indeedy.
David Wells perfect game ball or
Didi
no? Ball or
Gregorius
no?
makes Yankee fans euphorious.
I would have
He
liked
hits
him
a
announcing for the
3-run home
Mets.
run to tie the game at 3 in the bottom of the first. Well, the entire stadium standing. Jeter singled cleanly before the
3,000.
third
This is
and short
amazing.
his first time. So he is 1 hit away. He is at 2,999 as he stands in. And there's the chant, which you can hear in the background. Derek Jeter. Here comes the 3-2 from Price. Swung on and hit in the air to deep left. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. He's homered. Derek Jeter homers to tie the game. And there it is. Hit number
Johnny Damon.
3,000. Derek Jeter has achieved another milestone in his Hall of Fame career. The 1-1. Swung on. There it goes. Deep left. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Number 62.
Someone actually
to
died
set
trying to
the
get that
new
ball.
American League
Really?
record.
Uh-huh.
Aaron Judge hits his 62nd. All the Yankees
They fell out of the
the
seat
dugout
trying to catch
greet
him.
Really?
Just
And I
think
think
of
they
it.
It's worth
died.
a lot of money.
3 Yankee
And I
right
think they
fielders.
died in the process.
The Bay.
Oh my God, really?
Hitting 60 and 27.
Holy
The
shit.
Jolly Roger hitting 61 and 61. And now Aaron Judge
Wow.
hits his 62nd home run.
Well, rest in peace, John Sterling, from a Met fan. That's baseball, Susan.
I actually, believe it or not, I actually grew up as a Yankee fan as a kid. It wasn't until I was pretty new to baseball at the time, okay? By the time I was around 8 or 9 years old, I switched to the Mets, but that was due to circumstances. Namely, I went to elementary school from elementary and the first bit of middle school, well, grades 3 through 6 at the Hillcrest Jewish Community Center
Okay.
because it was also being used as the Lower Summit School building in Queens. Every spring, we go to a Met game,
Oh, okay.
but just one Met game. It would alternate every month. So in years that were on a 3, a 6, or a 9, it would be before rotating to a 2, we go in April. Years on a 2, 5, or an 8, it would be in June, and a 1, 4, and a 7 would be in May. And a 1, 4, 7, and 0 would be in May. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so, and what the Jewish community, what JCH, is that what it's called?
The school? No, Hillcrest Jewish Center, HJC.
Because I used to hang out at the JCH, Jewish Community Center. All my friends used to go there.
No, I went to HJC.
Okay. I remember I went on a class trip to 1974. I got thrown out of the school because I snuck a ham sandwich in.
Oh, God.
No, I'm being serious.
I mean, I get it. I mean, at least the Jewish Center was more lenient to non-kosher kids.
And I got to tell you, the young kids, they gambled, the Jewish kids. 12 and 13 on the bus playing blackjack. They're screaming, Kai, baby, Kai, spinning the dreidel. It was crazy.
Well, this was mostly a school of autistic kids, though.
Okay.
Or at least the building was used for special needs kids like me at the time. But it was pretty diverse in the terms of faith. Most of us were the majority of the kids were Jewish. There were a few Catholics, a couple of atheists, some that were born again. I think maybe one or two that were Asian Buddhists. I don't know. Or American Buddhists. I don't know.
Seth, I got to tell you, and I'm bipolar. I think it's amazing how you just very openly speak about your autism. I think that's really a credit to you, because some people say, like, no, there's nothing, and I'm very open about being bipolar.
I've learned to live with it.
No, I'm sure.
I have a nephew who also I have at least 2 of my 3 nephews who also have attention deficit hyperactivity or on the spectrum. One has Asperger's like I do, and the other is attention deficit hyper.
What is the difference with Asperger's? Because I know someone that I think has Asperger's.
Are more socially disabled. People are more socially disabled in the sense that their brain waves are not able to be in large groups. So many of us are highly agoraphobic. We don't like crowds.
Okay.
Attention deficit hyperactivity disorders, people on the other hand, are just very extremely fidgety. Talk constantly. You got to keep them away from sweets at any and all costs.
Right.
That sort of thing.
I have a friend that's autistic and wonderful guy, but like he is so ritualistic. Like he has to be able to take pictures. He'll go around with his iPad taking 1,000 pictures, and he has to do it. It'll drive him nuts.
No, he's also got OCD, huh?
Oh, okay. Does that come with autism a lot? OCD?
Obsessive compulsive disorder, yes.
Okay. Because I know someone that'll never take a different route, has to go his route. Just
kind of like that too.
Not comfortable with change. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, it's pretty astute for everyone on the spectrum across the board, whether you are one who suffers from Down syndrome or the more crude term, retardation.
Right.
Asperger's syndrome, attention deficit hyperactivity, cerebral palsies, savantism.
Right.
That sort of stuff.
And when you said you learn to live with it, what do you mean? Are there ways where you could say to yourself, okay, look, I know I'm doing this. I really can't. Is it just from repetition where you, like, are there days you wake up that you seem a little more fidgety than others, or just in a worse mood and you have little cognitive ways to slow it down or make yourself feel better?
Some. I just basically go through a ritual where I get up at around 6:30 in the morning, listen
Okay.
to Dutch Sheets to get me through the day, a daily devotional, about an hour or two of retro television on memorable entertainment,
Okay.
turn it off, get myself cleaned up, take my vitamins.
So you have a good routine that gets you to where you need to be by morning or afternoon. That's
Yeah.
important. That's important. So tomorrow, off this Met win, probably
I,
not going to play tomorrow, right?
if it's a light drizzle or a mist rain, I think they might. But if it's going to come down like in pellets,
Yeah.
no. Snow on Wednesday? Fuck no.
No.
Especially if you're expecting roughly half a foot.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Well, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm going to go eat. I will be on tomorrow if the Mets get snowed out, rained out, winded out, or whatever.
They're
You're welcome
expecting
to
rain
come on.
tomorrow.
What?
They're expecting rain tomorrow.
Well, we'll come on and we'll chop it up and talk about great Met memories tomorrow, and all of you are invited
Do
in.
an actual legit tribute, maybe to John Sterling.
Excuse me?
Maybe do a legit tribute
Yeah,
to
we
Sterling.
could do that. Absolutely. Even as Met fans, you know what? We appreciate baseball.
I mean, we would have done the same in 2022 for Vince Scully.
Sure.
I mean, I gave my eulogy to him when that happened.
Sure.
And if YouTube had existed in 1998, we would have done the same thing for Harry.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe we'll schedule that tomorrow, see what the weather's like. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for the beautiful thumbnail, and I'm going to use it.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon.
Later.
Bye-bye. Good dude. Wait till you see my new thumbnail. It's really nice. Compliments of Seth. So good Met win. We've won 2 in a row. Hopefully one day this week, if the weather cooperates, we will say 3 straight for the Mets. Thank you for coming in, everybody. God bless you all. See you tomorrow.